Solapor's digital platform. I am Ullasona from Marathi. Students, we are going to learn Standard 10 3.2, a lesson in life from Beggar. The writer is Sudhamurti. I teach you the lesson into two parts. So, let's learn the part first. In this chapter, we can see how the writer's friend Meena turned pessimistic to optimistic, how he turned his attitude towards life, how he changed her attitude towards life. The incident was a beggar. Sudhamurti, the writer of this chapter, Sudhamurti is the chairperson of Infosys Foundation. She is the author, Kannada, Marathi and English also. So boys and the girls, so start our lesson, a lesson in life from Beggar, Sudhamurti. Before start the lesson, we see first chit-chat questions, warming up. So listen carefully, understand it. The first question is, a piece of advice that stopped a bad habit in you. Answer is, talk less, act more. The second one, a quote or proverb that you love to use often. Answer is, you must deserve before you desire. This is the quote I love very much. I love to use often. The next question is, third one, an experience that taught you a lifelong lesson. Answer is, getting less marks in unit test and then my father told about every exam is very important. Don't ignore it, and gave me advice about life's difficult exam. After that, I studied hardly and getting rank in class. My father became so happy. He patted me. This experience gave me a long life lesson. Question fourth, a story or news or episode, movie, play that has impressed and changed you. Yes, the story of Sham Chai impressed me and changed my life. So next question, we can see many slang expressions, terms are used for people having positive or negative traits. In column A, the expression match that the type of person. In column B, here the answer is given. So let's see with the answers. Couch potato in column B. D, lazy oblique good for nothing. Second, worry bad. The answer is F, always nervous oblique worried. Third one, fuddy daddy. The answer is old fashions or refuses changes. Next one, fourth one, wet blanket. The answer is spoils other people's fun or mood. Fifth one, whiz. The answer is brilliant or genius. Next one, 6, black sheep. The answer is shameful person, C. 7, live wire. The answer is B, very energetic. So this is the column A, match the column B with the answers. So let's study, students. The next question, discuss with your group and write the difference in reaction of an optimistic and pessimistic. Students, first we see what is optimistic and pessimistic. Optimistic means who have a positive attitude, who see every situation, every object as a positively, and the pessimistic means who have the negative approach, who see only negative thoughts in mind, who can take the all incidents, objects negatively. This is the main difference between the optimistic and pessimistics. Here, some are the reactions, some are the incidents, and how the optimistic react with that incident and how pessimistic react with the same incident. So students, let's start with the answer. The first incident is failure in exam or test. Optimistic react positively, I will do better next time. Pessimistic react negatively, I am worthless. Such next incident, Lou lost a good amount of cash. Optimistic, someone else needed it more. Pessimistic, I have lost everything. Next one, unexpected rainfall or bad weather. Optimistic thinks that optimistic reaction is let's enjoy the rain, and pessimistic reacts shit, this rain again. Illness, optimistic reacts I want to get as well as early as possible. Pessimistic react negatively, I will die. In next incident, extra classes in school. The optimistic reacts extra guidance and the gains, but pessimistic react what a bother. The next stage, we see the lesson, a lesson in life from a beggar. Here the some dialogues with writer Sudhamurthy and her friend Meena. We can see in first para how Meena's nature and how she reacts, how she pessimistic. So let's start line to line with paragraph. I will take margin questions. Okay, so let's start. Listen carefully, understand it. Meena is a good friend of mine. She is an LIC officer earning a good salary, but there was always something strange about her. The writer said, Meena is her good friend and she is an LIC officer, so she get good salary, but there was something strange about her. She was forever unhappy. What is strange about her? She was forever unhappy. ते नेहमी दुःखी असायची. The margin question first is, who is Meena? Here we can see the answer. Meena is an LIC officer. Meena is a good friend of writer. Whenever I met her, I would start to feel depressed. It was as though her gloom and cynicism had a very of spreading to others. Here we see the meaning gloom, feeling of sadness, and cynicism, a distrustful attitude. Means she is always unhappy, she is pessimistic, she is gloom, she is depressed. And here the margin question is, what was Meena's nature like? The answer is, She forever unhappy. She always gloom. She never had anything positive attitude. So the writer said, whenever I met her, I would start to feel depressed. ज्या ज्या वेळेस मी तिला भेटायचे, तिच्याशी गप्पा मारल्यानंतर मला सुद्धा दुःखी व्हायचं, निराश व्हायचं. It was as though her gloom and cynicism, because of her feeling of sadness, she made me sad. Her feeling of cynicism, her distressful attitude, her negative attitude, her negative approach, feeling depressed writer also. She never had anything positive to say on any subject or about any person. Because of her nature, she had not remarked positively anyone, subject or any person. For instance, I might to say, Meena did not know Rakesh has come first in school. Meena immediate response. She immediately response would be to belittle to achievement. After Rakesh got the first position, she had not congratulated him, but she immediately replied, naturally, his father is a school teacher, she would say. Thus, the writer raised here her attitude in that the dialogues. If I said, Meena, Shweta is a very beautiful girl, isn't she? Meena would be pessimistic. Here the meaning of pessimistic is expecting the worst. With her negative attitude, she said, when a pony is young, she looks handsome. It is the age that matters. Wait for some time. Shweta will be uglier than anyone you know. श्वेताचा ब्युटिफुलनेसपणा, सुंदरपणा वरती सांगते. पोनी, हिअर द पोनी. पोनी मीन्स घोडीचं पिल्लू. किती यंग असल्यानंतर ते सुद्धा स्मार्ट दिसतं. म्हणजे त्याच्या सुंदरतेची कौतुक ॲप्रिशिएट करायच्या ऐवजी ते निगेटिव्हली रिमार्क करते की श्वेता विल बी अग्लियर दॅन एनी वन यू नो आफ्टर सम टाइम. The next, Meena, it's a beautiful day. Let's go for a walk. No, the sun is too hot and I get tired if I walk too much. Besides, who say walking is good for health? There's no proof. Anyone enjoy the beautiful day, anyone enjoying the sun. But when a writer asks, let's go for a walk, the Meena, as usually said, negatively, the sun is too hot and she gets tired if she walks too much. Here the margin question is, what is meant by she never had anything positive to say? Never had anything positive to say means she always remarked negatively. She does not see any object, any incident positively. The next line, that was Meena. She stayed alone in an apartment as her parents lived in Delhi. Meena stayed in an apartment lonely because her parents lived in Delhi. She was an only one child and had the habit of complaining about anything and everything. She has only one child for her parents. So, and her nature is habit of complaining about anything and everything. Naturally, she wasn't a very pleasant company, and because of her attitude, because of her nature, she wasn't any pleasant company. She wasn't any good friend She have no friend. Naturally, she wasn't a very pleasant company. Nobody wanted to visit her. And nobody wanted to visit her, nobody wanted to share with her. Then one day, Meena was transferred to Bombay, and so we all forgot about her. After some time, she transferred to Bombay, and after some days, we forgot all about her. Many years later, I found myself caught in the rain at Bombay's Flora Fountain. Many years later, the writer says, because of the rain, she caught in rain, so waiting for subside the rain at Bombay's Flora Fountain. It was pouring and I didn't have an umbrella. I was standing near Akbarli's, a popular department store, waiting for the rain to subside. The subside means to stop. The writer wanted and waiting to stop the rain because she didn't have an umbrella. Akbarli's is a famous departmental store in Bombay, and also the Flora Fountain is the monuments in Bombay. At that time, suddenly I spotted Meena, and unexpectedly I spotted Meena in the rain. My first reaction was to run, even in that pouring rain. इतका पाऊस पडत असतानाही खूप दिवसातून मीना दिसल्यानंतर माझी पहिली प्रतिक्रिया होती पळत जाऊन तिला भेटावं. But I was anxious to avoid being seen by her. तिनं मला बघण्याची मला काळजी वाटू लागली आणि मी तिला टाळू लागले. Having to listen to her never-ending complaints. कारण तिचा स्वभाव पहिला कसा होता माहीत होता, त्यामुळे त्याच कंप्लेंट्स मला तिच्याकडून ऐकायच्या नव्हत्या. However, I couldn't escape. She had seen me and caught hold of my hand warmly. What's more, she was very cheerful. Hey, I'm really excited. It's nice to meet old friends. What are you doing here? She said. मला खूप आनंद झाला की माझी जुनी मैत्रीण मला भेटली. What are you doing here? The writer said. I explained that I was in Bombay on an official work. The writer said. माझ्या ऑफिसच्या कामानिमित्त मी आलेले आहे. The margin question is, what is the difference between an optimistic person and the pessimistic person? The difference between optimistic person and the pessimistic person is, optimistic person have a positive attitude, have positively thought, think about everything, everyone positively, but pessimistic person is always complaining, have a negative attitude, have a negative approach. This is the difference. So here the writer explained she was in Bombay of an official work. She said, then stay with me tonight. Let's chat. Do you know that old friend and memory are precious or rare? Meena insisted writer that stay with me tonight. आजची रात्र माझ्याबरोबर थांब. लेट्स चॅट, आपण गप्पा मारूया. कारण तुला माहिती आहे जुने मित्र आणि जुने आठवणी फार मौल्यवान असतात आणि दुर्मिळ असतात. The writer's reaction I couldn't believe it. Was this really Meena? Writer said, विश्वासच बसत नव्हता की हीच ती मीना आहे का. I pinched myself hard to be sure it wasn't a dream. स्वतःला चिमटा घेऊन बघितला की मी स्वप्नात तर नव्हते ना. But Meena was really standing there. But it is reality. The Meena was standing in front of me, right in front of me, squeezing my hand and smiling, and yes, she did look happy. And now the first changed. The writer saying she did look happy. In the 3 years she had been in Bangalore, I had never once seen her smiling like that. Writer said, 3 वर्ष बेंगलोरमध्ये तिच्याबरोबर संपर्क आला असताना 3 वर्षात कसंही असा हसतमुख तिला पाहिलेलं नव्हतं. A few strands of grey in her hair reminded me that years had passed. ते करडे झालेले केस मला आठवण करून दिली की मध्यंतरी काळ बराच पुढं सरकला आहे. काही वर्ष पाठीमागं निघून गेलेली आहेत. There were a few wrinkles in her face. Wrinkles, सुरकुत्या. तिच्या चेहऱ्यावर काही सुरकुत्या होत्या. But the truth was that she looked more attractive than even before. परंतु हेही सत्य होतं की आज ती खूप आकर्षक होती पहिल्याही पेक्षा. Because of her changed attitude. Finally, I managed to say. शेवटी मी तिला म्हणाले, No Meena, I can't stay with you tonight. I have to attend a dinner. Give me your card and I will keep in touch with you, I promise. शेवटी तिला म्हणाले की मी आज तुझ्याबरोबर थांबू शकत नाही कारण मला डिनर जॉईन करायचं आहे. तुझं कार्ड दे, तुझ्याशी मी संपर्कात राहीन. असं ज्यावेळेस लेखिका म्हणते, फॉर अ मोमेंट मीना लुक्ड डिसअपॉइंटेड. रायटरनी सुधामूर्तीने हे उत्तर दिल्यानंतर मीना काही काळ नाराज होते, डिसअपॉइंटेड होते, निराश होते. लेट्स गो अँड हॅव टी ॲट लिस्ट, सी इन्सिस्टेड. बट इन नेक्स्ट मोमेंट ती मला चहासाठी इन्सिस्ट करते. बट मीना इट्स बोरिंग, रायटर सेड. मीना इट्स बोरिंग. पाऊस पडत आहे. सो व्हॉट, वी विल बाय अन अम्ब्रेला अँड देन गो टू द ग्रँड हॉटेल. ठीक आहे, पाऊस पडतोय, आपण अम्ब्रेला खरेदी करू, छत्री खरेदी करू आणि ग्रँड हॉटेलमध्ये जाऊन चहा घेऊ. वी वॉन्ट गेट अ टॅक्सी इन दिस रेन, आय ग्रम्बल्ड. आपण ह्या पावसामध्ये टॅक्सी घेऊ शकत नाही का? सो व्हॉट, वी विल वॉक. मीना म्हणते, कशाला, आपण चालत जाऊया. आय वॉज व्हेरी सरप्राइज्ड. This wasn't the same Meena I had known. The writer surprised about this changed attitude, about this changed nature, because this wasn't the same Meena I had known. कारण लेखिकेला जी मीना माहीत होती त्यावेळेस असं घडलेलं नव्हतं. The margin question is, what surprised the writer? The answer is, writer surprised with Meena's changed attitude. Writer surprised with Meena's changed nature. And writer surprised Meena was not complaining. anything, anyone about. And today she seemed ready to make any number of adjustments. This thing surprised the writer also. Now Mina ready to adjustment about anything. We reached the Grand Hotel drenched ओले असतानाच ग्रँड हॉटेलमध्ये पोहोचलो. By then the only thought in my mind was to find out who or what had brought about such a change in her pessimistic Mina I had known. ग्रँड हॉटेलमध्ये पोहोचल्यानंतर लेखकाच्या मनामध्ये एकच प्रश्न होता की तो कोण असेल किंवा काय असेल की ज्याच्यामुळं ह्या अशा निराशावादी मीनामध्ये असा बदल झाला. आय वॉज क्वाईट क्युरियस. मी थोडे उत्सुक होते त्या बाबतीत. टेल मी मीना, इज देअर अ प्रिन्स चार्मिंग हू हॅड मॅनेज टू चेंज इट यू सो?